I just took a quick break from cutting these big sections off this log. So this is actually probably one of the driest logs I have on site right now. I've been sitting on this log, you've probably seen the background in my videos, for what, 2 years now? A great canvas, honestly, this is gonna be a great canvas. But we have a big storm rolling in starting tonight into tomorrow. I wanna keep this log nice and dry. And I want to be able to work through the storm because I actually have a pretty tight timeline on this one. So we're going to be full focusing on this one until it's complete because I have a client coming from pretty far away to pick this one up. So I want to make sure that it is ready and good and dry for him. Just set up a 10x10 over the staging here. So a little bit of tight quarters, but it will keep us dry and allow us to have a nice dry workspace and continue working through this little storm that's coming. So, let's get to it. Okay, so I got our hawk's face rather blocked out. Still have quite a bit to do, but I don't really like this lighting, so I'm gonna stop here. I have like a good silhouette and a good starting point to continue the rest of his body. I really like getting that head looking decent before shaping out the rest of the body, just because it kind of sets the proportions for the rest of the carving, if that makes sense. So I'm happy enough with this, so we're gonna go ahead and give him a little body, just kind of rough him out, and then I'll be able to break down the staging, because this hawk here is kind of the reason I need it. He's sitting up around like 5.5 feet, so it's like, that's my height. So it's a little hard to work at, shoulder up level with the chainsaws. So I'd love to get off of this staging. It's a pain to work on. So we're gonna keep chipping away at him and then move on to the other critters on this piece. So we're back out here with our critter piece. We're gonna pop the owl in here today, but I'm so happy with how this piece is turning out. I really am. I've been pushing the negative space on this one. Let me show you what I mean about that. So our little bear here, you can see that I poke through the side of his head, and even his body is separated from the tree. It was extremely hard to get that foot back there because I couldn't get the saw in very easily because the housing, like the body of the saw, was getting in the way. So it was a lot of just moving the bar back and forth and just kind of slowly whittling away the material back there. That back leg is really stepped to back. He's really cute, and I just absolutely love how he's got his little hand on his little brother, the raccoon. So we're gonna make moves on this piece today. So our little piece here is officially blocked out. So on to the fun stuff. I'm gonna start by, I think, lightly texturing this raccoon's body. Might then jump into texturing the bear's body. And then once the bodies are textured, we'll break out the hand tools. And we'll dig into those little faces of theirs, pop some eyes, give them a cute little nose. But I think we're gonna start with texturing the bodies. Oh, also, I was able to hollow out in here. He's got a little wrist. So that's pretty cool. That was a little tricky. I had to put the saw upside down and stick it up through here because I can't go straight down because his nose is in the way. If there's a will, there's a way. Time to hair this little bear. So back out here with our adorable critter piece. So I detailed the front of the hawk just using the same method as I did with the back, just swooping in little feathers with the chainsaw. And then went up to a finer texture up at the top. So I don't think I mentioned this, but this is actually a common black hawk. They're really, really pretty birds. They have a bit of a bigger beak than a standard hawk, and they're all black with like bright yellow features. It's really, really cool. Beautiful bird. His legs are gonna really pop because they'll be bright yellow. I have to start wrapping my head around what I want to do with this base. So I have a couple ideas in mind. I don't like when the tree kind of just abruptly stops. So I think I'm gonna do a root system that goes this way, maybe this way. Maybe even play around with utilizing this little knot that sticks out. But we'll see, and then keep the back nice and flat. So since this is the focal point of the piece, I think that would be really cool. Maybe pop a rock right there. We'll see. So I'll set you up on the tripod and we'll figure it out. I love this piece so much. It's so cute. It's just so cute. But I'm gonna torch this thing now. Hello folks, so we are back working on our critter project. So I did a little bit of work last night. I didn't film it just so I could listen to some music because I film with my phone, so no music when I'm filming. But let me turn you around here. So all I did after torching the piece was I just put some timber oil. I use the timber oil as color for the tree, but then on these little critters and stuff, it's almost like just a wood conditioner. These are gonna get painted, so this is just a little extra above and beyond. This piece is actually going inside, so this is definitely overkill. But sometimes it's just nice to get a base coat of oil on there to condition the wood and everything. But I just mixed up some timber oil with some classic black stain. It's in my little Dixie cup here. So we're gonna get that on our black hawk up here. Gonna leave his face and his feet. I'm going back and forth between if I want to paint or stain the feet. So we're just gonna leave those natural wood for now, and then make that decision after we get that black on. So, woo! These little beetles. Nope, nope, nope. So many bugs. Gotta love spring. So it's that time of year again. where the toxic caterpillars are making an appearance. I have dispatched about 15 today, and it's not even caterpillar season. If you don't believe me that we have poisonous caterpillars, look up brown-tail moths. Nasty little buggers. So I gotta get this guy off and dispatch him. Not gonna lie, guys, it's gonna be a little painful when the sun leaves tomorrow morning. It just turned out so cute. It really did. I had an absolute blast with this piece, so I cannot wait to show you.